see, but I'm guessing we want him to, you know, have access to this space and not have to be like a guest.
are we waiting on?
Maybe no one.
Yeah. Just gonna push. Yeah, you're good.
Cool. I can kick us off. I've been kind of just really focused on, in lieu of not having like user interviews scheduled, just trying to learn from people on YouTube and people who are content creators talking about OpenClaw and what they're saying, trying to understand like the jobs to be done that like OpenClaw is helping them with, like what their needs are and like where the gaps are. So created actually like a pipeline in Claude to been kind of watching the videos and then also just dumping them in Claude and having it run analysis and putting it into a Notion doc or database. And then there's like a single page kind of doing an overall analysis of like what's common between them all. Shared that in user research. Trying to think, what are some of the interesting takeaways? I think I shared some of them yesterday, like persistent memory. I think people talk about being kind of a problem and like not having a great way to manage that. Browser usage also not great, which we're running up against and finding solutions for. What else? They all are running multi-agent setups, which I think really nicely supports our multi-container approach. And I said something to you, Sam, earlier that I thought was interesting. Oh, a lot of them, like, I feel like, especially the like content creator, like, honestly, I'm taking all their kind of like containers with a grain of salt because I feel like they're the people that are on YouTube just to make money and like sell things, and you know, like they're self-promoting their own stuff, kind of like Ponzi scheme kind of YouTubers. Are they like kind of talk about how like, well, like these are my use cases, but like it wouldn't make sense to like give you them exactly because they're like so tailored to me. Like what you should do is write down everything you do in a day and then give it to like OpenClaw and have it create a setup for you, like that's specialized for you. And like I thought that was interesting. I like think it's a little naive because like people just don't even know where to start with that. But I do think there's something interesting to take away of like why we haven't gotten any traction on like the influencer containers, and like maybe there's something that's like people are just like, my setup's so unique for me, it's not going to be helpful for other people. So I think as we think through containers, we should also think through like almost like a setup flow where it's like almost a template and like it asks users like relevant questions and then customizes the container based on like how they would actually use it. So I thought that was an interesting learning from that. I feel like there was one other thing that I thought was interesting. Oh, I'm finding a lot of people, and maybe this was like known to everyone but me, but new learning for me, a lot of people who run OpenClaw actually like natural language will create dashboards with their OpenClaw for them to manage their OpenClaws. So they'll like literally construct their own personal dashboards, like to see like all their agents and their skills and their permissioning and like chats and like all these like really complex setups. But I thought that was an interesting signal as well. I don't know 100% what to do with it. But yeah, thought it was interesting. Essentially like to visualize the work that their agents are doing and like keep like track of the tasks and cron job, like just like, I mean, like literally everything. But yeah.
Like project, like open source projects, or like again just more one-off stuff.
A couple of them have like published their prompts for that. But that too, even the dashboard, people were like, oh, I could, like, people always ask me what I like, how I create, like, or like what my like how to recreate my dashboard. And they're like, it's so specific to like all the agents I have running and like my tasks that it wouldn't be helpful for other people to copy. But I have kind of gathered a couple prompts that people have publicized. A couple people have publicized. I can share those out. Um,
Oh,
oh,
go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, I think still kind of going down that path. Also, like within that, trying to find like, I think I started in a nice place where like, or influencers we had talked about, but they're not so much like they run podcasts and they like talk to interesting people who happen to be using OpenClaw versus like specific content creator like or like OpenClaw creators. Like I kind of want to find more of people in that gap of like who are like the random realtors that are using OpenClaw and have a lot of views on their thing, or like are there people talking about like searching for jobs and like this is their OpenClaw setup, like a little bit more like niche use cases, not like influencer content creation SDR use cases.
It was very the thing that blew me away was Mary using Claude code to scrape these YouTube videos for research insights. So that's very cool. It reinforces, I guess, the need for a Claude code container.
Well, Daniel, did you make that skill or you just told me about that skill?
What skill? Oh.
Me?
Mhm.
I went to turn my setup into a container. Yeah, I didn't.
Oh no.
No.
So I'm not doing this in Plow, I'm just doing it in Claude Code right now, but you were the one who told me you just give it
Oh
a
yeah.
YouTube and it'll pull a transcript for you. Claude Code will do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, you just ask it to use the YouTube DLP script and it. Yeah.
Oh. And the only other thing on mine, let me see if Claude came back to me. My Plow setup is still not working, and I've tried like reinstalling it a couple times. It's like something like the activation code got off or ran out, and I don't know. I can maybe Garage if someone wants to help me out with this, but something's broken.
Who wants to pair a program with Mary to figure that out? Pair debug.
Yeah, I can help.
Source. Let's see. I said I was going to record and publish this tutorial. I recorded it. I did not publish the tutorial, but I have a PR up for a tutorial site, and I am going to publish the video in Slack. So I'm literally like making the final edit on it right now. It's taking me so long. We really need to figure this out. I also am starting a backlog of demos. So these are like potential containers. You all are not going to love this, but I was talking to Mary about this. First of all, we do not have the usage to justify a team of our size right now, right? So like when Lucas and I were chatting about Plow, like, should we do this? I got really excited about it. I misread like how the value prop and how it would resonate with users, and my read was like we would have a dozen or a couple dozen users right now with the with the solution that we've built. So I just want to flag that for everybody. It's not like a dire situation. It's going to put more fundraising pressure on me, but it means that we all kind of need to act more like founders almost, which means one of the things I'd like to work with everybody on is to start pumping out like Plow containers and videos, right? And work with the community about that. Mary and I were brainstorming this, and so one of the things I did is I circled back with these users, and I was like, one of the users, and I was like, do you want to build a container with us? And he was like, he says, "Hey Sam, that sounds very cool." And then he says, "By the way, I was meaning to reach out to you. The browser skill's not working." But yeah, my hope is we can get to a velocity of 10 containers or tutorials a week using Plow, which would mean everybody doing like 2 a week. This could also be something where like we divide up the work, right? Like, you know, there's the element of like identifying and setting up the container and like, okay, this is the job to be done, and then there's the element of recording it and publishing it. But I previously asked us to like get to a place where we're doing 1 a week of these videos. And that's ask is still there. I want to do one before I really like kind of like enforce that expectation. But yeah, I think we have to do this as part of that broader like user obsession, talk to users, kind of founder mentality. The one person exempt for this is Jonathan, who's working like supposedly 5 to 10 hours a week, although I see Jonathan a lot more than that. So I think I'll send out the link, but right now the thing that would be most helpful is to like any like hypothetical containers with jobs to be done, if you can post them in this link that I'm about to share out. We can start like basically a Kanban board of like container, identify like an actual couple users that are willing to use it, perhaps put their name behind building it, and then like build it, create the video, publish the video. So okay, so that's going to be my focus for the next day. I think that's it. I think that's my stand up.
Is there already a backlog, Sam? Where did you say? Is it published somewhere?
It's in Linear. I'm going to try to get this view into a, I think there's a way to change this view so it's a Kanban view. So let me just figure that out and then I'll share it out.
Well, I can keep going. No learnings for me. Yesterday was kind of iterating, experimenting with Sam's review bot. I left some feedback in the channel there. And merge the post hoc analytics stuff. I'll deploy the API for that today. And then I've been iterating on the container thing. There's some review feedback that's been implemented. We'll also merge that this afternoon. And then I'm also going to work on handing off the permissions work that I've done to Sam. So I owe him like a 5-minute explanation of that. And I'm also, because we're starting to get more into linear, I'm a little eager to swap the GitHub repository to the new org, because you can only connect to the one org. So I'm going to, unless Sam objects, I'm going to do that today, and then I can just let everybody know what the new URL is. Maybe Swags, you can help me since you did this before.
Yeah, it's actually very straightforward as long as you have right access. Anyway, we can talk. You don't have to talk about it. But yeah, they have a published docs online, and as long as you have owner or admin on the repo, like it should be doable. It's like just web UI based stuff.
Right. And then the next thing that's on my mind is like kind of continuing to move more towards CLI based for the container management, and so I want to start prepping that. That's it for me.
Nice, thanks, Lucas. Okay, for me, I'm still struggling with my VIP PR. I restarted on that, and because it grew like to 6,000 lines based on like just letting the agents review work from Sam. Now it's like at 3,000 lines. I I went to get this merged and working and record the video of that. So I did prepare all my setup to record the video. I didn't record yet, and I do have I was watching Sam like record his video, and I do have my setup with like a teleprompter and a easy way that I use to record videos. That is like I just do a one shot, and whenever I feel, I just say, hey, this didn't work, and then record again, and then Cloud just edits later. Like, so I think this will be useful for us. So I want to get this in such a way as the team can use. I was also like having a lot of issues with my my dev workflow, so my agents were letting me down. So I was improving the reliability there. What else? I didn't do the Reddit ads. Sam's going to do that. Yeah, that's it for me. Oh, I hired a video editor to help out with the videos. So
Wait, is that an agent or you hired an actual person?
I hired a person, like a person.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to do a 2-week task with him and see
Nice.
how it goes.
I can go next. Yeah, so I merged in the plow automate skill, and so just as a recap, that's a way that can automate the process of building and running plow to a point of being able to be even further tested and used, either on your local machine or on a remote machine. You can choose branches, things of that nature. So if you have the need to run plow in an automated way, which I think we all probably do, especially or during your build process, like maybe you're on Mac OS 15 and you want to test against a Mac OS 26 machine like myself, let me know. I have like an instructions document. I'll send that out in the chat. I'd love to get people to try to use it and see how that goes. Next step for that is just to push the automation even further, especially in the testing part at the end. The other thing I did was, and I have this merged in but not tested with the GitHub runners, is change the developer team that we use for signing and notarization from the Camels and Needles Corporation to the Plow Collective. I was getting some weird like notarization timeouts. I messaged Apple, and it looks like as about an hour ago, all of that got unstuck. So really, I will want to test this on the GitHub runner actions to make sure that those properly produce a release build. So if we're going to do a release soon, let me know and I won't do that. But if not, I'll assume for maybe the rest of the evening I can work and make sure that that's up and running correct. So any objections?
The 1Password for the GitHub runner?
Yeah, I've got all that set up. So I basically just have like two entries right now. There's the old one and then there's the new one. I think I just need to swap the names and then run it against, I guess, my branch probably to begin with, and then merge in the branch and then make sure it works on main was my goal.
You can feel free to just update the 1Password directly without duplicating, because I think it stores a history, so it's not like you'll...
Yeah, I was a little nervous on that, and just in case of emergencies, I was like, well, I'll just do...
Everything's versioned in 1Password, so you should be fine. Whatever's easier
Okay.
for you. I would just, if you do, just delete the other one then when you're done, I think, just so we don't get confused. But cool. I would say just keep going so we can get this running. Not worry about a release.
Yeah, I would not worry about the release either. Just like as long as it builds the DMG, we don't have to put it on the download, the /download path, and just test it as a release candidate.
That's me.
Yeah, I've been mostly knee deep in the exploring the improvements on browser and CamelFox. I am pulling out a lot of things, including I mean, I do have to synthesize my thoughts, which I'll share. But so far, it's really looking like CamelFox plus something like either 1Password, Bitwarden, or one of those things that are well suited for CLI based flows seem to be the front runners. So that I also haven't explored the cloud stuff deliberately because I guess I don't know. I maybe we can explore it, but I thought like keeping everything local is kind of a guiding principle for us. But I'll still explore it. I guess I didn't. So that's pending, but I do have some quick wins lined up on that front, which I'm gonna kick off today, and then aiming for a early next week release. And I also got a couple of quick wins. I know, Jonathan, I saw your PR about the keeping Mac awake thing. So but I'll probably might close it out, but it's not exposed as a toggle, so I was gonna maybe just expose that. And
It should be in the, if you go into the plow menu and then in the ... menu.
Okay.
It should be in there. I mean,
Okay.
That's pretty hidden, but
Yeah, got it. Okay, I should check that. This is not the launch at login, right? This is the keep away.
Yeah, I think it may not have made whatever the very last release is, though.
I see. No, I'm on the latest main.
Oh, yeah, it should be there.
I'll double check. So yeah, I'll close that out, whatever the outcome is. And yeah, that's basically my update. Yeah, that's it. And yeah, the DMZ volume thing from this morning. Also just gonna get that looked at and done.
Sweet.
That's me.
Any stand-up items in here? Or sorry, garage items.
Not a. I guess maybe just a reaction about the video stuff. I've never done this, and I'm happy to kind of try things out. But I think I know, Lucas, you said you were working on the CLI side for like easy container swap out stuff. But I guess that the immediate thought was like we should at least have some structure, some struct of like, okay, this is what we want an agent to do, so we can quickly build and not stamp over each other or however, right? So that would be.
Let me make sure I'm understanding what you're saying.
Yeah.
Is this a structure around like the containers that we're building?
Yeah, when we say what is the definition of a container, right? Like what should it do and what should it not do, or maybe have some guidelines around that, right? Like, so we can keep changes segregated to like, okay, we're building this thing, and then that can be anything.
Right.
But yeah, if we're adding API endpoints, we should just namespace them to whatever, some feature name or, yeah.
Yeah.
Or if we're just thoughtful, even if we don't publish it, we'll learn along the way.
I am leaning towards open sourcing the containers some way, or like right now I'm committing like different skills that I'm using and creating to our repo. I'm going to pull that out of our repo at a minimum, put them in a different repo that could be open sourced, but yeah, essentially
like, how companies have like examples or tutorials or something, but we would just have like a directory of like whatever Docker files and maybe something that goes with it. But,
yeah. I feel this tension between like GitHub would be nice for like discoverability, but obviously you don't normally put like containers in GitHub. I guess it depends on what the sorry, my wife's calling me.
I think we would put like Docker files.
Yeah, we could have like the Docker files.
Like, how we build them,
Yeah, and then have some guardrails around, hey, this is, if you're exposing a port, or don't expose a port, because we manage port assignment and stuff. or whatever rules those might be, we can
Yeah.
release.
Sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm imagining a world where you could have all this stuff in GitHub, all the Docker files are there. We have our own ECR repository or whatever it is, so that like in that Docker and that GitHub page, you just can have like the easy command to download this existing built image for you and run it, like a one command thing
Yeah.
just to run.
I
this
love it.
agent.
I love it. Mary and I both have a strong user ask for copying and pasting on the container side, like or duplicating containers. Plugus. So like right now we're trying to like explore different use cases and being able to duplicate an existing container. This is a total aside from Docker, really, and then customize it and mess around with it and use it for a few days and then like destroy it, or like that's like a user need that I think both of us are feeling.
So like that would include like the full, like you're saying, not just like the container image, but like the chat and all the skills and all that stuff like that you've built up. So you want like a version basically of your agents, like a GitHub commit where you're like, okay, like I'm gonna copy this now, so I always have the edit this state, and then you can iterate it on like that, or
even almost simpler than that. It's like Microsoft Word. You know what I mean? It's like I've got a file, I can like copy the file and then edit the new copy.
Yeah.
So.
Want final V2, V3, V4.
Yeah, exactly. Final.
Going backwards.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, everyone.
Bugs.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you want to look at the.
Yeah, it's on my Neo though. So I'm wondering if can we do like a Slack huddle, because I have Slack on that computer, and so then I can
Sure.
screen share if needed.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
All right. I'm gonna hop over. I'm just gonna go off busy here.
you have this problem where you have hundreds or thousands of business expenses that need receipts, maybe it's tax season or your boss won't reimburse you without them. I don't know why, I just hate matching receipts to transactions. I always put this off and this happens to me. I'm procrastinating and then I have a huge list of expenses with no receipts. I don't even remember what half of these are. So I built the skill which uses OpenClaw with my plow connectors to search my computer for receipts and match them. But more importantly, it does it while respecting my privacy. So to use it, start by downloading Plow to install the OpenClaw container. Plow sandboxes OpenClaw so that you're in control of your data. Go to plow.co and start an iMessage conversation. After signing up, you'll use the same thread to message your OpenClaw container that's running on your computer. But first, you'll be texted a link to download Plow. Once you download it, just open the DMG and drag Plow into your applications folder. Then open Plow. That'll install a sandbox OpenClaw on your Mac. You'll need to give Plow access to things you want it to use, so enable connectors like Gmail. With Plow, you'll have control over how OpenClaw uses those connectors, and you can monitor it all in your menu bar. Once the Plow starter container is running,
Trabalho amanhã normal, né, Dani? Feriado só no Brasil. É feriado amanhã? Cara, eu nem sabia que amanhã era feriado. Trabalho normal, sim, mano. Eu sigo. Cara, eu sigo os feriados dos Estados Unidos. Eu não faço feriado aqui no Brasil, não. Parei agora descansar um teco. É, mano, tem que descansar um teco mesmo. Tem que descansar, mano. Inclusive, queria saber onde que tá minha esposa. Vamos ver se eu acho aqui pelos stories. Tem stories. Tá, agora esse cara aqui resolveu. Feio. Agora é profissional. Barabim, barabum. Acho que agora foi. Ó, esse aqui foi conectado no Plow. Esse aqui eu vou botar nesse meio aqui. Vamos ver se isso aí funciona agora ou não. Close the hole. Cara, eu tô pensando seriamente em jogar fora isso aqui que foi feito e pegar aquela outra work tree que tava funcionando ontem e mergear aquilo e testar aquilo. Porque é o seguinte.
Did you end up shipping the like simple analytics dashboard, Lucas, or is that you still working on that review bot?
I'll ship it today.
Okay, no, I was just curious.
Neil, are you okay if we move Watch Me Pivot to a separate GitHub repository?
Yeah, can you do it in the new org? Do you have access? Did you accept invite for that?
I don't know if I did.
Mary accepted. Wow. Nicely done, Mary.
Engineer now. Gotta
What's
have a
our
go.
org name?
What?
What's our org name?
Plow. Oh, the enterprise is Plow. The org is Plow-PPC.
I guess I missed the invite to that. Okay.
All
This is
right.
like the most confusing UI. They all expired.
Are you trying to reach other advice for this?
I'm gonna invite you guys now. I don't know what happened. But yeah, I would like to move that repo once you get in. So I just transfer ownership swags. That's basically it.
Yeah, that's the thing I did. I didn't have to do anything as far as I remember, even the GitHub secrets and stuff. As long as they are scoped to the.
I don't think we should be using secrets. Maybe we do.
The like GitHub action secrets and stuff like that, or we're not. I don't know. I'm just saying I didn't have to do any changes really. Just accept that UI stuff and everything just kind of magically worked.
I wouldn't transfer the main repo just yet. Sorry. Until we haven't haven't legally done the cutover yet.
Okay, so I guess the motivation for this right now was the linear thing, right? I guess.
My motivation is I can't use linear GitHub integration until we do this, or Chris drops. We just drop that from their linear, which I don't know if they use linear anymore.
I see.
Uh-huh.
I can see if I'll ask Chris if they use linear.
Can we? Why don't we? I mean, I think we're pretty close. So I would, I think this is a matter of like today versus Monday. I don't know that the docs will get signed Monday, but I feel like, yeah, I don't know.
Okay. You're saying just wait it out.
Well, I don't know what I don't have a good sense of your pain, so
It's low.
yeah. I would, if it's a matter of like you're okay waiting a couple of days, I think I would just wait. Thanks. Let me know when you want to do the 101.
Yeah, let's just do that.
Whenever you're at a good stopping point.
I was just gonna ask Mary how her plow thing is going, but the plow app thing, did it work? Or
I just tried something new. The download didn't work. I think what happened was like whatever that, like the plow activate with a code, that text we sent at the beginning, like that's what expired. And
Yeah.
so me and Claude finally just found a way to retrigger that flow. So it's now warming up. So let's see if this works this time.
okay, nice. Yeah, that was kind of what I explored everything, and I think that seemed to be the one thing that I couldn't verify. But yeah, that is a weird state. So, however you got into that, I don't know how, but maybe we should at least have a way to. If we keep getting 401s, we just say like, "Hey, reauth."
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll
keep you posted, but I think it's doing something right now at least.
All right, Sam. I'll see you in the sunflower room.
Okay. Is WhatsApp okay?
WhatsApp is also okay. Yeah.
Okay. I haven't tried, but I heard the Gather Mobile V2 either doesn't work or
Exists.
I bet I just walked.
That's all right. Okay, see you soon. That's all right.
Yeah.
Did you hear are you okay with me creating a watch me pivot repo?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Cool.
There's a repo called plow stream that has all the infra and stuff for the EC2 for streaming. So I think we want to push everything from that into Watch My People as well. The new repo.
Okay. Will you create it? I got this one-on-one with Swags. Is that okay?
In plow?
I'm gonna put in the plow
Yeah, as long as I
PBC
have
org.
access. Yeah.
Yeah, Daniel, I just invited you to the org or the enterprise, I think. And so you should be able to create it under there's the org's called plow-pbc. So it'll be you'll see it.
Yeah.
Plow-pbc- whatever your repo name wants to be.
Yeah. Okay, so I should receive the invite on my normal GitHub account, right? Not Plow.
Yeah.
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 I think I think you can invite to the org directly. Let me see. I think I just invited you.
I got the.
No, Daniel's already in there. What are you trying to do?
To the org?
Yeah.
I'm not seeing him as a member. I think you need to be a member of the org of the
owner
org.
of Plow Collective PBC.
Yeah, and then there's like
Whatever
you need to
access
be
I
in this
gave
list.
to Daniel.
Yeah, you need to be in this list to actually create a repo.
Yeah, I am there. I think at least on my screen, I'm showing there. I think yours is outdated. I see Mary here on mine.
Yeah, no, you're in there's like the company. There's two entities. There's the parent entity. I forget what GitHub calls it.
Like an
there's the
enterprise.
enterprise. There's the enterprise, right? So over here, people.
Yeah,
I see you in the enterprise, but then you need to go. Everyone needs to go to the org. So if you go to organizations,
yeah, I just
cloud PVC, yeah.
We need more layers, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I also kind of wonder. I was gonna say, if you want to do some part of this as open source, does it make sense to keep the PBC as the open source version, or like? I don't know if it matters, but just a thought.
I don't know, Mary. I think it's kind of. I like the PBC one.
This as our general company.
Yeah.
That's fine. I don't organize that kind of stuff, but if it's like, I don't know, you probably won't open source the entire repo, right? Maybe we will.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty common for like even like non-PBC companies to like have some repositories that are just like fully open source in their org. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, maybe. I guess I didn't know quite how it gets structured. But if it's just like there's some repo within it that.
Yeah, it's just like different projects can have different levels of privacy.
Got it.
Okay, Swags. Sorry. 101. Thanks, man. Hey, Daniel.
Yeah.
Do you have a YouTube Watch Me Pivot account?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you just log in with the WPM or WMP email and
Okay.
log in with that.
Okay. Great.
CMux is a terminal built for multitasking coding agents. So here let's start making a few panels. Let's make a browser on the bottom right. As you can see, we have horizontal tabs inside each of the split panes. And this is a browser, it's from WebView Safari. And then here you can notice that on the left side, the ring just popped up, and that's because Claude stopped. And that's when it needs attention. And then now here on the sidebar, you can see we have vertical tabs. We just made a new workspace. And then our prompt is find me some pizza in SF on Uber Eats. And this will demonstrate that CMux can open the browser programmatically, where Claude Code is using the CMux CLI, and as you can see, it can open browsers. So another thing that coding agents can do using CMux is to create sub-agents inside their own panes. And then here on the top left, we can see that another agent has finished working. We can tell by the pane. We can tell by the notification pane as well. We can tell by the badge. And here it seems the agent Claude Code has made it upside down. And then now we can see that we have even more panes that need attention. And then these use Claude Code stop hook to know when to signal the blue ring, and when you focus on it, the blue ring kind of flashes, so you know exactly where you are, which is particularly helpful if you're coming in from another tab. So let's check on the progress of is a re-implementation.
I'm headed out. See y'all.
See ya.